Powered by Riverside.
Powered by Riverside FM. Powered by Riverside FM.
What I was trying to say is that if I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
You're listening to WildFireRadio.com presents the Jerry Torres program. No bad news, no sad news, no politics, no religion, just happy fun stuff. And now, here's your host, Jerry Torres.
Five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Now go do that voodoo that you do so
Well, welcome one and all to another edition episode of the Jerry Torres program. I appreciate everybody coming on, staying on, Oshante, one and all people. Hello. Anyway, what the hell, man? Oh my God, man. Yeah, it was a pretty good morning I had. Yeah. My brother's away in Puerto Rico. It's his birthday week. And, go ahead, have a good time, get away from Jersey for a while. But I'm planning a trip. I ain't going to get in depth into it, but I am planning a trip. Myself on my birthday. Be nice to get the hell out of here for a while. But it's that time of year, people. Already, it's like all these holiday seasons and stuff like that. It's pretty much right now. It's a week until Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And hold on, let me get this turkey. There you go. And so now. Let me get this. I gotta organize my damn sound effects. Son of a gun, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm practicing not to curse. Yeah, fuck that. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, Jerry, you curse a lot. No, I really don't curse a lot. I really don't. I've been trained for a very long time to, use euphemisms and codes, So that way I won't bother or offend anybody. But damn it, when you can't find your cell phone, wallet, car keys, or you stub your toe, you just go straight to DEFCON 1. Just like, screw that, man. Even Christians do know what I'm talking about. But right now it's just a week until Thanksgiving. And everybody right now is figuring out what to do, what to buy, where to go. Me personally, I got sick and tired of going from house to house, visiting family and all that crap. I don't do that anymore. I just stay home. I I love it. I mean, listen, I could let's see what did I could do? I could watch football, get some extra sleep, and I've been my diet right now is pretty much a little reverse. I'm not saying I gained like 40 pounds. No, I'm just saying it's like I got it really chill now. And like for breakfast, I had a smoothie and I worked out. And all I had was like crackers and nuts all day today. And then after that, for dinner, I had a bowl of chili. That was it with wheat crackers. I was like, you know what? I really got to cut down. And not only that, tomorrow I'm going to have some tomato soup. Yeah, I'm going to have tomato soup tomorrow for dinner. I got tired of these big meals. Like I would have my one big meal and that was it. And I was like, oh man, wait, do I have the sound effect? That's it. All right. We used that one. Okay. So we add that to the favorite. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Let's see how does this one sound. little loud, but that's perfect. I'm not advocating guns, people. I'm just trying to figure out what's a good sound effect that I can keep, and I can't find. Ah, there it is, my shotguns. Okay, add that and add that there. Okay, perfect. Now I go to my favorites. My favorites. Aha! What the hell is it? There it is. Okay, perfect. So now, oh, F me. Oh, here we go. So now I go to the turkey. And then load the shotgun. And then boom. There you go. Now shoot the turkey. Or I could do this one. Or this one. Oh, God, man, what the hell? There you go. And that's like the turkey shooting back. Anyway, so be that as it may, I'm pretty much right now trying to really behave on my diet. Again, I'm not saying, listen, I weighed myself and I was like, okay, all right. So I gained a few pounds back. A few. I'm not going to get into it, but and I wasn't depressed or sad or nothing. I was like, okay, listen, I've been well behaved for almost 3 weeks. You know, I didn't overindulge on breakfast anymore. I drink a smoothie. I got to buy better healthy yogurt, which I will, but that's my lunch. My yogurt's my lunch. Excuse me. And we got to buy healthier snacks now. Much healthier snacks, like dried fruit, more wheat crackers. And that's because like today, that's all I had was like crackers and nuts, not, you know what I mean? The type of nuts I'm talking about. Shut up. As a matter of fact, it is what it is, So what I'm going to do now is, what the hell? I really got to get rid of that. My birthday's around the corner too. All right, breaking news, people. All right. Hey, let me get out of here. All right, so what I'm going to do is this. All right, let me get my camera adjusted. Let me look good for the camera. My eyebrows are straight. Okay. And here we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm on live now. If you'd like to join me, the Jerry Torres program. Damn it, this light is bright. So I'll be on now. Any questions? You want to have fun? Want to join me? Please do. The Jerry Torres program is on now. Later. All right. And go on here. And then click on here. Live. Now. Slamma, bama, bama, boom, boom. All right. There we go. So then I go on here. Oh, my God. Where the hell is it? No. Oh, my God. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, perfect. Oh, my God, man. Is it? Damn it. Is it my glasses or is it just me? No, it's my glasses. So I'm on live. I'm on TikTok live now. I was supposed to do a comedy show tonight. Not because, well, the reason why, my brother and I compromised. Like right now, he's on a birthday trip to Puerto Rico, and I stay home and watch my dad. My dad is like 90 years old. He's up there in age, and there's this lady that comes over. Anytime me and my brother are working, she's a wonderful lady named Anna. She comes over, takes care of my dad when we're at work, and where my brother and I can go to our jobs and do our thing. Like today, they wanted me to work overtime at my job. I was like, no, I'm tired, dude. I was exhausted. I said, no, I'm not coming in. And everyone's like, well, it's overtime. It's time and a half. I'm like, dude, I am exhausted. I am tired. I got a lot of things to do in my house. Number one thing I did today. Hey, Raphael G, what's up, buddy? Oh, he's not on there. Was he up there? No, he wasn't up there. I'm not saying nothing that bad. Yeah, I had a comedy show tonight. Like I said, I couldn't do it. And there was a comedy show last night. I couldn't do that either. It was open mic. I go to open mics a lot just to stay warm, stay sharp, try new material and stuff like that. And I couldn't do it because, again, I'm not going to ask Anna to come by 2 nights in a row to watch my dad. No, I figured, you know what? I need a break. But anyway, at my job, they wanted me. They were like, oh, it's mandatory overtime today. I knew about it a couple days ago, and I was like, no, I'm not coming in. I am tired. I want to stay home. Yeah, So, hey, Zach the Leaf fan, what's up, buddy? My man, Zachy Yaki. Yeah, the coolest Canadian ever. Yeah, listen.
Smooth jams.
That's Zach. Anytime he comes on, you hear this.
Smooth jams.
What's going on, Zach the Leaf fan? So I knew about it a couple days ago, and I just said, no, I'm not coming in. I am tired. I have a lot of things to do in my house. Number one, rake the leaves. The leaves were piling up again after I raked them the first time and put them in outside my yard, piled them up so that way the township can come by and vacuum them up. A week later, all of a sudden, the leaves were piling up on my fence, in the corners of my house, around my recycling and garbage cans. I was like, what the hell, dude? And I just said, man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get up early in the morning, which I did. I got up at 5 in the morning. I went for my workout. Then I dried my clothes, cleaned the house a little bit, made breakfast for my dad. And what else did I do? Oh, yeah. And then I decided just to say, you know what? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to use the blower. It's too loud. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. I'm going to start raking. And that's what I did. Around 8:30, 8:35, I grabbed 2 of my rakes and I started raking. And then I grabbed the broom. Around 10 o'clock, that's when I used the blower because I figured that time everybody's at work. All my neighbors are awake. So I did. I used the blower, blew. They didn't sound right. It's like, you said blue. And I started blowing. I started using the blower to blow out all the, these leaves off my yard. And I did. And now my yard is nice and clean again. Damn it. But it was so much. It took about an hour getting everything out again. And I piled it up, and then I grabbed the blower and I started blowing out stuff in my front yard. It was mostly my front yard that was getting it really bad. I was like, oh my God. My backyard, well, not so much because I have a fence and all the leaves, like the leaves stop at the fence, but that's when it was piling up. I was like, damn it. So I figured I had to do something quick. And let me see here. All right, I'm going to start inviting people. Zach the Leaf fan is always invited, my buddy. My man, the man. All right, so let me get on here. Invite a couple people here. Dear, and dear. Okay, there. Wait a minute. Hot damn it. All right, then I sent. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I started raking, and then all of a sudden these little leaves, I just didn't want to go. I was like, damn it, dude, I gotta use my hands and pick them up, threw them in the garbage can. Now my front yard is spotless again. I was like, oh God. Let me see. The Jerry Torres program joined the discussion. All right. So it was a nice, cool day. Wasn't that cold? I was like, damn it. It's not that bad. I wore my jacket and I was a little relieved, I wore a jacket just to stay warm. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? I ain't going to take no chances. So I wore my jacket and then I wore these sweatpants and my work boots. Not my work boots I wear to my job. These boots that I wear anytime I'm working on the yard. They're like steel toe and, I don't want to take any chances. So I wear those. And next thing you know, I started raking and sweeping. And then all of a sudden my yard is clean again, like I was saying earlier. And so everything is piled up again in my front yard, outside my yard. But man, I just couldn't believe after almost a week, after last week of raking, the leaves like, hey, you know what? We miss our friends. Let's pay a tribute just by piling up in front of Jerry's yard again. Damn it. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Wait a minute. Is there anything else I have here? Oh my God. Taunt. All right. So I am on TikTok live right now. And who else is on here? Okay, there's a lot of people that want me to invite them, and they just say, "Oh, go, let me go away." I would love to invite people, but damn it, how can I invite you when you don't invite me? And then, you know what? Don't bother. I just changed my mind. Then don't bother getting on TikTok. Then, damn it. Yeesh. Oh man. All right, so let's go to this AI thing real quick. All right, I've been posting a lot of videos with AI lately. I'm practicing with it. I'm taking courses online, practicing and I'm practicing and I'm practicing. I am basically honing my skills. That's what I'm doing. And on the previous podcast show that I was talking about, it was the same thing when I was learning communications. You know, how to work the system, how to use your voice, how to write a script, how to perform in front of a camera and behind the camera, how to use the microphone, you know, all these skills that I had to learn was a necessity in case the probable time was for me to ever to be behind a mic or in front of the mic or with the camera as well too. So I practiced and practiced and practiced, and then I got really good. Then now I'm doing my own podcast show. So when the AI thing was coming up slowly, creeping up, you know, like last year, I would say early last year when it started to creep up. At first I was like, man, you know what? Should I? Maybe, no, you know, I got skills to create stuff. And I said, I don't really need it. Not yet. That's how I said it. And then all of a sudden it started becoming like a big boom. Like AI was pretty much used by a lot of people. They were making Pixars of themselves or making animals talk to them and making a pillow actually become alive. You know, I was like, damn, what the hell? Or making a dead celebrity come back to life. I was like, what the ew? You got to be careful with that nowadays because especially the next of kin might not like that. You know, I'll get into a story about that with the Bruce Lee family. But anyway, so next thing you know, I started uploading Gemini and then what is Artist AI and then Open Art. All of a sudden, the first thing I created was me flying. And I was like, oh my God, I can fly now. You know what I mean? It was so cool. And all of a sudden I did another one where I landed and it was so on and so on and so on. I said, wow, this is pretty awesome. Then I started to get hooked. But then all of a sudden I remember I'm still a rookie doing AI creating. And I was like, I need practice. And so every day what I did was I would practice. I would you know, find an old pic of myself or do something I've been always wanting. Okay, like everyone saw the one where I was on the Vespa scooter on an actual moto race. And I showed that video to people, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, you're the only idiot without a helmet. I was like, you stupid moron. I pretty much posted it because it's supposed to be comedy. You know what I mean? Like funny. Wow, I'm on a Vespa, not on a high performance Ninja Hurricane bike. You know, what is it you did not see here? All you saw was me not wearing a helmet. Okay, duh. Do you not see the humor of me on a scooter on an actual motor race? You stupid moron. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, you gotta wear a helmet. I was like, oh, shut up. You know? So when I created that on Gemini, all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I look younger. I was like, oh my, the flaws are gone. And I'm actually in a motor race on a Vespa bike. Not that I'm saying that Vespa company would be like, hey, we like your video so much, we want to pay you. You know, no, that didn't happen, but I wish. I mean, and what else other video did I create? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, the latest one of me singing. I'm already there's a lot of women right now that messaged me. It was like, was that you singing? Was that you? It didn't look AI. I'm sorry to say it was AI. I can sing, but not at that level like the AI version of me could sing. It's listen, I love R&B, and when I posted that video of the AI video, I in the prompt to say, well, what would you like? I just I don't know, you know, singing a nice romantic song in R&B style with a bunch of women, you know, screaming or whatever, chanting my name, something like that. I can't remember how I wrote it, but it was a pretty. I went to Chat GPT, and I wrote it first, And for some reason, I was like, it needs something. So what I did was I posted on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT pretty much sharpened the blade right there. I was like, hey, wow, that's pretty good. That's maybe that's how I want to like that. And next thing you know, I went to Gemini, and there was a picture of me with a suit and my glasses on. And I was like, okay, I'll use this one. So I immediately posted the prompt, and then create, and waited about 2 minutes at least. That's how long it takes, like 2 minutes at least. All of a sudden, they say your love is blind, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. I can really sing good. I mean, I was like, and then I said, all right, let's try again. And I said, with consistent to the picture, to the video, like the one from before. Now, when you write a prompt, it's good. Like, you have to go in detail how you want it. Oh my, it's frustrating for now. I know they're going to upgrade it pretty soon. Like, you can, like, a visual prompt, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can create it with your hand instead of your voice. I don't know how they're going to do it, but from what I've been reading, they're going to upgrade the prompt thing. So next thing you know, I said consistent to the video, the first one, and then boom, and the second one hit. I was like, oh my god. Now I can sing, and I have fine looking women in the back screaming and raising their hands like as if I was a god, bowing in my presence. I was like, oh my goodness. And I hesitated to post it at first. I was like, should I post it? I mean, should I post it? And I just said, you know what? Screw it. Another thing about, there's a lot of videos on TikTok of the great Teddy Pendergrass, and who is one of my favorite singers. And I use his music when I'm ever with a lady. Yeah. Sade and Teddy Pendergrass, those are the two songs. When I'm ever with a woman, those are the two songs that what the hell just happened here? All right. Those are the two musicians the singers that I use when I'm with a woman, right? And when they were playing the late great Teddy Pendergrass music, I was like, whoa, hold up. But he's singing live. I was like, oh yeah, bro, I saw this on YouTube. And there were all these women. I was like, damn, that brother was a tall dude, man. It's a shame that he left us. I think it was 2010, 2015. He left us. I think. I'm trying to remember. 2010, 2011, 2012. I can't remember. But anyway. But yeah, he was a tall, good-looking dude before his car accident, before he was in a wheelchair and stuff like that. But when I saw these videos of the late great Teddy Pendergrass, I was like, oh shoot. He's like, the man's up there. And I remember like the women were screaming, close the door. And you hear the women, yeah, Teddy, come on, baby. I was like, Dad, that's the man right there. That's my boy. That's my dude. I play his music whenever I'm alone in a room with a fine looking woman, And to see him, it was wonderful. It was wonderful that the young bucks are still like, carrying on his memory, and everyone can know who the man is, Hey Maria, how are you? And so when I was like, at first I just said to the AI, I said, help me, make me sing, not lip sync. I would like to sing exactly like Teddy Pendergrass. That was the first thing I wrote. And I said, let me sing Close the Door or Turn Off the Lights. Right. And I wrote that to AI, and it did. But the first thing I didn't post it was because right now they're cracking down on music. You know what I mean? Like the rights. And they're cracking down on that, of making sure that nobody lip syncs or whatever. I have no idea what they're going to do. But a lot of these artists right now, they're like, oh, no, you're not going to use our music for your benefit. No, we're getting paid for this. It's like, come on, guys. It's just a song. Listen, I know the rules and regulations. You can play a music as long as it doesn't pass 15 seconds, 30 tops. And if you play the music, if you talk over it, you're fine. If you play the whole song, then yeah, that's when you're in trouble. That's when you have to pay. Or TikTok or other of these social networks where we're like, okay, we can't post this video due to what is it? Copyright infringements, So yeah. But I mean, God, the rules are you can play the song 15 to 30 seconds. If you want to play the whole song, you really have to talk and you have to lower the music and you have to talk over it. So that way you won't get no copyright infringement ban or something like that. But yeah, man, a lot of these musicians are like, okay, we don't care. If you're going to use an AI version of our song, you know, we'll make sure that it won't be posted. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not taking any chances. And I'll tell you what, I didn't sound like Teddy Pendergrass, but I was like, all right, you know what? It's not Teddy Pendergrass music, but I'll post it, you know. But man, to see the great Teddy Pendergrass up again on TikTok and Instagram, I was like, damn, that was the man right there. And I use this music when there's you know, when I'm with a woman, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna play the music. I'm not. It's like, ooh, you're gonna play Teddy Pendergrass. Like, no, I am not. I am not taking any chances, man.
Oh, boy.
What was that?
Oh, boy.
Listen, I am not gonna get in trouble. All right. I am not gonna get in trouble because if I play Teddy Pendergrass music now, right, while I'm on TikTok live, I don't know if TikTok can say, okay, we can't, you know, boom, we're not gonna play it. Sorry, you know. Even though I want to so bad, but I can't. But it's great to see that the legendary singer, I would say he was like the R&B crooner of that time. That man, like, phew, when he sang, women just melted like ice and butter. You know what I mean? It was, oh. Now, I wouldn't say he's like the R. Kelly of that time, but the man was smart to, you know, to talk to cougars and MILFs, you know, unlike R. Kelly, who was like a moron and just talked to young girls. That's why he's in jail for the rest of his life. But, you know, the man, Teddy Pendergrass, focused on the women. He was like, yo, I'm going to make sure women going to melt like butter anytime I sing. You know what I mean? And he did. And he did a damn good job. So now anytime it's like, you know what? I'm gonna play anytime with a woman. You know what I mean? Make dinner, light a candle. You know, here you go, girl. Put some incense on, some roses on the floor. Let's go, girl. Let's do this. Oh man. So yeah. So with AI, I'm being very cautious. What I type, what I post, what I would like AI to create. Because you have to be very careful, you know, because AI knows what you're writing. I mean, there's like they can't nothing of violence, there's nothing of copyright infringement things. You can't post no racist act, no satanic stuff. So, you know, pretty much it's up to par what they're doing nowadays, you know. And it's going to get better. And that's why I'm taking courses. I'm learning online. I even went to my job and I said, listen, can we have an AI generation teaching course? And they're considering it. And I hope they do it right away because I will attend, you know? So it's interesting. It's fun. And I want to get better at it. I'm in the works of making a movie, a 15-minute movie. It'll be a short film, but I am going to make a movie. It's frustrating that the movie that I'm making right now with AI, it is immensely frustrating. And my friend Anthony was telling me, hey, that's how AI is. I mean, you have to be very descriptive when you write the prompt, each and every detail how you want it. And it's like, oh God, why me? You know? But anyway, I'm having fun with it. And I'm going to continue learning until I get a PhD in this stuff. Oh, man. Drinking my water. I drank my coffee, thank God, because I was dozing off. I might have some hot tea when I get off here. Because as soon as I'm off here, I'm going to take a shower. And then after that, work on my AI. And then write on my comedy. Yeah, because I haven't written nothing in a week or two. And I'm never like that. I always write new stuff and I post it and I leave it on the side. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I'm going to work on this new material later on, you know? Is there anybody else here coming up? Anybody? Nope. Nope. Nobody's here. Damn it. All right. Oh, good God, man. So anyway, so I'm learning my AI. I'm getting better at it, and it takes time, people. It takes time, to master it. Because right now I've seen people like making their own short films, and I'm not putting them down. Hey, they're doing what they can to make it better. So, yeah, and not only that, Hollywood I got a feeling because DC and Marvel are working together to ban any video or anyone posting and say, "Hey, how about this is a video of an AI version of the Hulk fighting the whatever Juggernaut and Wolverine fighting the Thing." Right now, DC and Marvel are like, we're not going to use AI or accept anyone's AI version of a movie, no matter how good it is. They're not going to accept it. They're not really now. You're going to think about it because they're going to continue their version and their way of making a movie. And I got a feeling like, when it's going to come to the Oscars, people are going to be, oh, our movie's going to be nominated for an Oscar. It's AI version. I got a feeling Hollywood is going to look down on that hard, and they're not going to consider anything that's created by AI to be in a list of nominations. Which I don't think they can do that, but I got a feeling they have the power to ban it. I have that feeling it's going to happen, because when the strike happened, they were like, they wanted protection. They wanted protection from AI. They wanted, the writers to be secure, the actors, the people that worked on set, the craft service people. And that's why, the strike happened, was it 2-3 years ago? And they're going to make sure that nobody, is going to take away work from them or take away because everybody wants to work. Everybody have bills to pay, put food on the table. They want to get their medical benefits. If they do, I got a feeling Hollywood's be okay. We can use an AI film, but you have to have a studio, a crew, you know what I mean? And the script, you have to go through everything through SAG, Screen Actors Guild. You have to go through SAG, you have to sign SAG, bing, bam, boom. And it's like, oh boy, I got to feel they're going to go through that whole process, and that way Hollywood and actors and workers there can be like, okay, if something's created by AI, they have to go through SAG. That's it, and oh my goodness, man, it's going to be a scary time when that happens, Oh man. Who is up here right now? Ladies and gentlemen, Augusto Loenz. I'm sorry I cannot pronounce your name. I apologize. Augusto. There you go. How you doing, bud? Oh my God. Alabama Redneck. How you doing, sir? Right now, damn it, why is that my face? Yeah, it's my face. Yeah, you see, I lost weight now. And like I said, I have a neck. And like I said, I weighed myself last night. I wasn't sad. I didn't say like, oh, I gained back 20 pounds. No, I kind of fluctuated a few pounds back. I was like, damn it, I got to lose it again, But like I said, I've been good. I've been drinking a smoothie for breakfast, yogurt for lunch, and like a real sensible meal, Oh God. Man, it's stressful. But yeah, back to the AI thing. You just got to be careful when you write a prompt, or again, I even said this to my friend Anthony. He was also playing around with AI stuff. I said, now I know how a director feels, because with a director, because I've been on set with directors before and I've seen them in action, and they're like meticulous on how they want and precise of how they want this scene to happen because they visualize it right in front of them, and then. Which is why a certain number of actors don't want to work with James Cameron anymore. Because he was like, oh, make this scene like this, and I want you to react like this, and I want you to jump like this. And there were documentaries like the making of Aliens and then The Abyss. And some of these actors were like, I don't want to effing work with that guy ever again. I got frustrated, and it was like to a point where one actor said he was willing to sacrifice his career because he got to a point where he was ready to punch James Cameron in the face. I'm not going to say who the actor was, but he said, I was ready to punch him in the face because I got tired of his direction. Each and every second had to be repetitive in his ear. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Why can't you do this? You know, and it was to a point where he was like, you know what, dude? I need a break from you. You fire me right now, go right ahead. I was in 23 scenes in the movie, and by you firing me now, hey, good luck. At the time, before CGI and AI was around. So James Cameron had to take a deep breath, and everybody relaxed, and everybody went down like DEFCON 1 and calmed down. And next thing you know, they went right back to the scene again. And once the movie was over, he didn't want nothing to do with James Cameron ever again. The actor in The Abyss, what's the name? James Ed Norton. God damn it. Oh my God. Now I got to find the actor's name. Son of a bitch. It sucks. All right, here we go. The Abyss cast. There we go. Yeah, Ed Harris. That was his name. All right. Shut up. Yeah, Ed Harris was another one. He says, I don't want to work with James Cameron ever again because he really pressured him, bullied him, and knowing that Ed Harris is an Oscar-nominated actor, he's been in so many great films, but he says when he was on The Abyss, it was to a point where he was like, what the F does this man want? You know, it's like everything was a direction. Hey, when you sip your coffee, do this. And when you talk like this. And it was like to a point where he was like, you know what, dude? We're ready to go. Throw down. Knock it off. But he stood up. He just said, listen, knock it off. All right. I've been in the business longer than you. So again, they both men calmed down. They finished the scene. But again, another actor said, I don't ever want to work with James Cameron again because they got tired of him. And that's how it is with these AI prompts when you write it. Because there were a couple of things that I wrote. I wrote a script. I'm not a master script writer. I've been learning how. I can write books, but when it comes to writing a script, it's like I took courses online. I have this amazing book that I read. It's a wonderful book. Damn it, I keep forgetting the title. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Right there. There it is. The Sid Field script writing book, and it was the best teaching book ever to how to write a script, from comedy to dramatic to sci-fi to action. How you want your character to come in, you know, how you want him to act, how you want him to be. And I read that book from beginning to end. You know, I even have like little notes, and I highlighted some of the sections that he said was great. Instead of right into fade in, always a fade in. You know, stay away from the cliche openings. You know, there's too many of them. And he was right about that. You know, so that's what I did. I studied that book from beginning to end. And what was it? Like late to early fall, I was behind my desk and I just said, you know what? Let me write a script. I took out this notebook that I have of ideas and I started writing it. It took me, believe it or not, a week. I was like, damn, I'm pretty good. And I went to ChatGPT and I asked, you know, put the whole script on ChatGPT. And I said, is there anything here that you can help touch up or sharpen or add extra lines? And I posted it on ChatGPT and immediately it did. I was like, oh my goodness, page 12 was great. I would never think about writing that, you know, and the page 20, I was like, oh my goodness, damn, this is good. And I just said, wow, I finished my first script. And I'm not going to give the title of my script because I'm afraid somebody might take it. But the movie's about, it's a sci-fi movie, but based on, you know, actual stuff that's happening, the corrupt and all that stuff. But I was like mind blowing how AI pretty much touched up my movie script. It did. There was like from page 1 to 6, it didn't change anything. It left it as is. But then all of a sudden it's, hey, okay, I could change page 12, 20, and 15. Is that okay? I'm like, go ahead, do it. What would you put there? And always be nice to your AI, man. Always be nice, you know. And my first 20 pages, I was like, oh my God, I like what you wrote. Thank you. So I printed it up. I think it was 20 pages, 20, 30 pages. I can't remember, man. But anyway, so I printed it up and now it's in my folder where my first movie script is now officially finished. Am I going to send it out? No. And the reason why, because I'm sick and tired of it. Oh, we have it. We haven't read it yet, but we're going to put it on the top of the pile of the other 14 million other scripts that we receive every day. So with AI now, I'm going to create it, myself. And the most frustrating thing is when I say, okay, no, the first scene, do it like this. And all of a sudden, oh, you want a glowing arm? No. Oh, you want a butterfly? No. I would have to go back, rewrite it, the prompt, and then post it up again. And I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm James Cameron. I was like, oh my God. I'm giving each and every meticulous detail how I want this movie to come out. Yeah, my God. It's good to take a break and step back, The only thing is the credits on when you create something on AI, it's like crack. I need more credits. I got enough, to last me for like a year, but damn it. And the first scene came out great. It took me 3 days. But I said, I need a dystopian city with hovering drones, not propeller drones. I asked for jet drones and neon signs. I said basically something like the intro of Blade Runner, which is the most perfect one. He's zooming through the city and you see a digital billboard of a beautiful Asian woman and like the big blimp. Like I asked like that, not exactly like Blade Runner, but I had it in my version. And within 3 days, it came out perfectly. I was like, yes, I saw it. The video was like 10 seconds long, but it came out the way I wanted. And I was like amazed. And I kept it. I downloaded it. And now it's up there. That's my first scene. Came out perfectly. The second scene, it's like a little action. I'm like, oh God. It did come out right first couple times, but then all of a sudden it just added things I didn't want it there. So I was like, damn it. Let me step back. I don't want to be mean to my AI. I ain't gonna say nothing cruel. It's cool. All right, I got you. Let me step back. And I did. Oh my goodness, man. But anyway, so Chuck Norris, 85 years old. If you've seen him online, the man looks great for 85 years old. And you can tell he had work done on his face. But they showed him on a video at 85 years old working out like a 20-year-old. That man was punching a punching bag and he was like running. He was throwing punches. I was amazed how this man's a great inspiration for people of his age to look, to exercise and keep yourself in great shape. 85 years old, man. I was like, whoa. And it showed a video of him. They had it this morning, in the news, how he's 85 years old and he's really taking care of himself. I think he stopped making movies. I don't know what he's doing. He's promoting stuff. He's teaching. I think he found religion. But the man's not ashamed to talk about his past, what he used to do. But it's great to see, Chuck Norris alive and well fit, man. I was like, wow, keep it up, brother. He has a big family. He's living a healthy life. 85 years old. You got to see the video. I think it was posted up yesterday or the day before, but he's in his gym. He's like punching and kicking. And I was like, wow, 85, man. Go for it, brother. Now imagine if the great Bruce Lee was still alive. Oh my God. 85, 88 years old. He probably would have been. Wait a minute. It was 1974. I do the math. Damn it. Anyway, the history of that movie, was it Game of Death? What the hell was it? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. I'm trying to figure out the history. There was a history about that movie. There we go. All right. Yeah, what was the name of the movie? There we go. Okay. Oh my God! What the hell? All right. The name of the movie was Way of the Dragon. That was the name of the movie, or was it Game of Death? Hold on. I guess that was the name of the movie. But anyway, there was a history about that movie where they were filming in the Coliseum. They didn't get permission. They didn't get permits at all. They pretty much guerrilla style. That's how they filmed that scene in there. And they went through a lot in that time when they were filming that scene of both of them fighting. And there was a great history about those two men, Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee, how they really liked each other. There was immense respect. They respected their fighting styles and stuff. And when it came to the fighting scene, half of it was improvised. The other half was like, of course they had to practice and stuff like that. But in the end, I guess you could say, like, who's going to lose, Chuck or Bruce? Even though Chuck died in the end of the fight, but Bruce Lee was like, all right, I'm not going to just walk over his body, or I'm just do what I do. Do what you do when you destroy your enemy. You respect them. You bow. And that's what he did in the movie. It was, to me, it was one of those fights, those legendary fights where you don't see fights like that anymore. Too much of these fights are like well choreographed, like John Wick and all these martial art films, immensely choreographed, right? This fight, a lot of experts have said that it could have been an accurate reality to what a fist fight would be to two professional martial artists. First of all, in every martial art movie fight, you never see the two men stretch. I mean, in Way of the Dragon, they stretched. You know what I mean? They were like, okay, hold on, let me get my back straight now. Oh, do I have anything of crack noises? Do I have crack? Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, I do have crack. So they're gonna smoke crack before they fight. No, but the men were like, okay, let's try this. Here we go. I'm gonna stretch a bit. There you go. It was a long ass stretch. And they took off, and their shirts, whatever, and then they just did the size up. That's what they call it. I'm sizing you up. I want to see your skills against my skills. But they didn't like fight right away. They were like, okay, I'm gonna see this guy, how his skills are. If you ever see the movie, it's a great movie. And to this day, it's legendary. Classic fight scene that I've ever seen before. And Bruce Lee in an interview said something like, yeah, we did a lot of this, we did a lot of that, and we practiced, we talked, we hung out a lot. We immensely respected each other, and there's how he got into the movie. There's a story to that too. So it's on YouTube. The history of making that movie. Some guy did a TikTok version of it. He did a very good job. I saw it. Yeah, in that movie, when they were filming in the Coliseum, like I said, they didn't have movie permits. They didn't have permission. They had to bribe a guard just to get in there. And at the time, like, I don't know how much it was, but listen, we just want to film this scene. Please, it was I think it was a bitch that just said that they had a hard time trying to get movie permits to film the fight scene. So they saw a guard there and they said, listen, we just need to film this scene. Can we do this? They had to film it at a certain time. And the guard was like, how much? And the guy was like, I'll sleep you like, a few grand. It's like, all right, bet. Meet me at this time, meet me over here. All right. I got you. And right away, they filmed it guerrilla style. I don't know. I think they set up like 2 or 3 cameras just to get the fight scenes down. The one scene they regret doing was filming the cat. If anyone's seen the cat in that movie, it was like, why the hell did we put the cat in there? It had a meaning, right? But it was, to me, I find it stupid. Just focus on the fight. I don't care about the cat, So you got to see the movie, the documentary of the making of The Way of the Dragon, and Bruce Lee in an interview, not Bruce Lee in an interview, the older version, and Chuck Norris, like 30 years later, he said, "No, that scene, yeah, we practiced a lot. There was a lot of fights that it was improvised. One was a karate master, the other one was a kung fu master. I was like, all right, let's do this. And it wasn't an immense friendship. Well, between the two, they trained together, and they contributed authenticity. Believe it or not, again, to their fight scene. That means it was like, listen, if we're going to fight, we got to make it look real. And I'm not kidding. That's how they both men were like, all right, we're going to try to make it as real as possible. But I'm going to make sure, we're not going to have no bones broken. If a punch does slide in, please understand. And they discussed it like gentlemen. They were like, okay. And the filming was illegally filmed in Rome's Coliseum because the crew had to bribe the official. They had to bribe the guards, and they had to pose as tourists to sneak the cameras in. It was like, whoa, these guys went through a lot. And despite being the second build, Norris, he had a minor role in it, but he never expected to be in the whole movie. And it was like, what? I'm in another scene? I thought it was going to be like, hey, I'm the tough guy in the background. I'm a bodyguard. It's like, no, you can fight. We want you in there. But anyway, it helped his career take off. He made a lot of great movies. But besides all that, I would say watch, Way of the Dragon. What the hell was that? That was my message thing? Oh, man. Screw that. All right. Yeah, so Thanksgiving is a week away. I am not going anywhere, people. I'm staying home. I'm tired of going to family. I got invited to too many homes again. I was like, yo, I'm staying home. Oh, you should have stayed home. Shut up. It's my home. You know what I mean? I'm going to have Thanksgiving in my home. I'm going to wake up in my home. I'm going to take a shower in my home. I'm going to watch football in my home. I got tired of going from house to house to house. And then knowing after I just ate, I got to get back in my ride and then drive to another house. I said, I ain't doing this no more. I'm staying home. So for the past 5 years, every Thanksgiving, I stay home, And I have all these people like, oh, we're going to travel on the day of Thanksgiving, you idiots. No. There's going to be flight delays. There's going to be cancellations. You're going to be stuck in an airport. I always tell people the story. It was on the news about this family. The day of Thanksgiving, they went to the airport and were going to go to Canada to have Thanksgiving with their family. And what happens? On the day of Thanksgiving, there was a cancellation on their flight. So what did this family do? They decided to wait at the airport for 5 hours. And the next thing you know, they left after the day, after Thanksgiving to Canada. No, I would have been like, yo, I'm done. I'm going home. I would have been like, yo, in 30 minutes, we don't get a new flight. We're going home. We can go to a nice Chinese restaurant. We can go to a diner, have a Thanksgiving. I don't care about my family no more. I'm going to go home. I cannot believe they left 1 o'clock in the morning to go to Canada. By the time they got there, it was still night. I mean, half the family's like in bed. I would have been like, yo, what the hell are you doing here? You guys should just turn around and went home. Why did you decide to come on Thanksgiving? I don't get that. Yeah, man. I'd rather just stay home. And thank God I've been doing it for 8 years. Yeah, don't invite me because I am not going. Nope. Sorry. I'm going to make my close family and friends come over. And they said, listen, you want to bring something? Go ahead. I'll cook. You know what I mean? And then after that, we all, as soon as football starts, all right, nobody have no conversation with me. I'm going to watch the game. I don't care. You know what I mean? Bam, I'm going to sit home and watch the game. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean? I'm going to get ignorant because it's my home. And then after that, I'm going to take a nap, keep taking more naps and probably have a late turkey snack. After that, go to bed. That's my day. That's my Thanksgiving. Because like I said, at my job, they wanted me to work overtime today. I'm like, I ain't working home. I'm tired, dude. I got a lot of things to do in my house. Work in my front yard. I got to take care of my dad. I got to do laundry. I'm not going to come home, Thursday evening all tired and I got to do it on Friday. Hell no. I ain't doing that. Yeah, so Thanksgiving is a week away, people. And then, after Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. Anyway, so the Rambo prequel is going to happen. They picked the right actor to play young Rambo when he first started in the military. And what made him the killer that he is in all the films? The movie, the prequel, the Rambo prequel, they haven't found a title for it, but they found the right actor to do it. He looks a lot like a young Stallone. And they're going to talk about, his days in the military and the days when he was in Vietnam. What made him snap? What made him become what he is now? So it's going to be the follow-up to the movie First Blood. That's what I'm reading right now. Another thing is the history of the making of the movie Rocky will be out next year. The actor that's playing Stallone, he played the young Al Pacino in the TV series The Offer on Paramount, and he was amazingly did a great job playing the young Al Pacino. So before he made the film, he had to work out, buff up, and in the pictures I've seen, the guy does look like a young Stallone of that era. So the movie's about how Stallone had a hard time selling his script and finding the right production company to do it and the right actor. And it was to a point where Stallone was about to give up. He was about to sell, like, all right, I'll sell the script and then not be in the movie. But he didn't want to. He was like, listen, this is my baby. I'm holding on to this. And he did it the right thing, man. Because had he just sold it, we would not know about Stallone today. Of course, we would have known, Stallone the writer, But we would have not known Stallone of making horrible films throughout all the years. But anyway, so I can't wait for that to happen. I would watch that. I saw the making of the offer of the movie The Godfather, the making of The Godfather, the history of that. That was all right. It was all right. It wasn't that bad, But anyway, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Well, Tinkerbell Batty, Giselle Zobel. Oh man, I wish they came on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is about my time. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. I already did everything. I did my day. I did a nice, cool day. God damn it, my soundboard just went dead again. Wait, let me go up here. Yeah, all sounds. God damn it, I don't want that. Oh my God. But it just said, you know what? I don't want to work with you. And now it's coming up. All right, now we're good. All right. Sheesh, man. Oh my Lord, man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is about my time for the Jerry Torres program. I'd like to thank everybody that came on here, and thank you so much. I talked about almost everything. Yeah, that I wrote on my list. That's another thing they teach in communication school. Know what to talk about, because if you don't, you ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. Anyway, so I'd like to thank everybody for being on another episode of the Jerry Torres program. I'd like to say that I am an accomplished author. I have written a book entitled Chinese Food for Breakfast. You can find my book either on lulu.com, that is LULU, or on Amazon Kindle. And it's an ebook. You can download the book, read the book anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or your laptop. And the book is only $4, people, so you're really not going to be breaking the bank. And the book is about fun. So download the book today, the Jerry Torres Chinese Food for Breakfast, on lulu.com and Amazon Kindle. Download the book today and enjoy a good read. Also, listen to my good friend Latisse Mitchell's podcast. She's in the works of making a comeback, Tice Talk. Her podcast show is making a comeback. It was, what happened? It was on iHeartRadio, but she took off time. And right now she's making a comeback. I think she's working independent now, but her podcast show is about fun, family, and relationships. She's one of my favorite, and she's one of my closest and dearest friends in the comedy business. We've worked together all the time, and I cannot wait for her podcast show to come back because it is funny. So listen to Latisse Mitchell's Tice Talk.
It'll make your head spin.
Tice Talk with Latisse Mitchell.
Monster truck.
Tice Talk.
It'll knock your socks off.
God damn it. I got to drink again. water. Oh, man. Also, god damn it. Also, listen to Gordo B. He's one of the most original hip hop artists out right now. I loved his music. I love his new album. Especially right now, you can download his new album. It's up right now. Go to YouTube, Instagram, or on TikTok. He's one of the most up and coming hip hop artists right now in the business. I compared his music like to De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, and Eric B. and Rakim. It's lyrics you can understand what the hell he's saying. He's bringing a story. He's bringing that old 80s rap hip hop version where the lyrics are understandable and there's a story to it. None of that bleep bleep shoo boo boo boo, whatever, man. I can't understand what the hell they're talking about. But anyway, Gordo B he knows how to make music and make music right. And not only that, it's a type of smooth hip hop. You just put your headsets on and just bop your head, just put the bad day behind you, man. So I would say find Gordo B on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube and download his new album. And Gordo B is spelled Gordo, big letter B. All right. And listen to Funky Times. You can find Funky Times on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. I love this band. They know how to make music and make music right and make music original. You can find them on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. And also, if you're interested in hiring them for a special event, send them a message, explain what the event is, and you won't regret hiring them because, again, they know how to make music and make music right. So listen to Funky Times. And speaking of Funky Times, I use their music to close my show. And a 3, 2, and a 1, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the Jerry Torres program. As I always say towards the end of my podcast, whatever religious figure you believe in, may you be blessed. I bid you all a fondue. I'll be back. So I ask you all, please don't go changing. I'm going to get going and bye.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Limited time offer. No purchase necessary. Offer valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during the production of this soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing heart.
You've just heard the Jerry Torres program on Spotify, YouTube Music, and on Apple Podcasts. Plus, listen to him in other podcast affiliates. Subscribe to the Jerry Torres program on Spotify and listen to his previous podcast episodes. And always remember, boys and girls, that the Jerry Torres program has always been known to bring magic to your heart, mind, and soul. Wrong one.